We finally have the release of the brand new weapon in Cold War, which is the baseball bat. In today's video, I will talk to you about the best ways you can actually unlock this weapon and the fastest ways. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe as we are super close to 16,000 subscribers, and be sure to drop a like on the video if this video will help you out in any kind of way. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first meta I'm going to go over is in zombies, because in my opinion, this is the best way to do it. And you know, if you want to do it in multiplayer, I will put a timestamp down in the description, so go into the description and check it out if you are interested in that. But let's get right into the zombies mode. So in this, you need to kill zombies with a melee weapon that are affected by the Frost Blast field upgrade. Now, in my opinion, one thing that you definitely need to make sure, first of all, before you complete this challenge, is go into your settings and change your FOV. Now, this is something I mentioned back in my old video where I told you guys how to unlock Plague Diamond or Gold for the knife, and I forgot to mention it in any future weapon guides that I've done about melee weapons. And the reason I recommend for you to increase your at least FOV to 100 or anything above is because your depth of field will be so much better. Here's an example of the basic 60 FOV that you are put into the game with, and the difference with it being in 115. That's my preferred run. I do sometimes run it with 120, but then it kind of feels weird because some weapons don't show up as well as they do when you're in the 110 or 115 field of view, and you'll just be able to get all those melee kills so much more easier. Now for the weapon, obviously you are able to use any kind of melee weapon, but I definitely recommend for you to use the E tool. The reason I recommend this melee weapon is because it is extremely fast. Now unfortunately, you also have to unlock this similar to the way with the baseball bat, but if you do not have the E tool, the Wakizashi sword or even the basic combat knife will be just as good. The reason the E tool is good is because you are able to obviously use it extremely fast and get multiple kills faster than you would with any other melee weapon. But if you do not have it, again, you are able to use any other one. So what I recommend for you to do is hop into the Machina with fully upgraded melee perk and fully upgraded field upgrade Frost Blast perk. Now the reason I tell you this, and this will probably involve more grinding, is because obviously you'd like for all of your things to be as best and as much upgraded as possible, and in one of the upgrades for Frost Blast you are actually able to have 3 charges on it. The reason you hop into the map Die Machina is because you want to stay in the spawn room for as long as possible. The reason you stay in spawn in Die Machina is because it is not only very large, but you have the access to purchasing other things at the buy station if you ever want to. Now you can go around and open the map, but make sure not to turn on the power. In this specific strategy, what I recommend for you to do is in spawn, do not open up any of the doors. Where I like to train the zombies is actually beside the ammo box. There is a pretty large amount of space for you to be able to train early round zombies. The reason you want to do this is because if you keep them all close up to each other, when you use Frost Blast, these zombies will get affected by it, and with the E tool or any other melee weapon, you will be able to get all of those kills super fast. Do make sure that at round 14, these zombies will start taking 2 hits with your melee weapon. So up till round 10 or 13, I recommend for you to start going around and opening the map, or at least making your way to be able to get the green rarity of your E tool. You can still not unlock power and things like that, but once you do, dogs and the megaton will start spawning and everything will progressively get more difficult. Now especially with the newest update that came out to zombies, everything does end up getting tougher and tougher. So up to round 10, as I said, to 13, then go up power and get your perks. Now if you'd like, you can back out of the game and repeat this process of staying in spawn and using Frost Blast in here, getting your kills as fast as possible, and you will probably unlock the melee weapon baseball bat in zombies faster than you would in multiplayer. But let's get right into the multiplayer part. First thing is first about multiplayer is you do need to make sure not to back out of your games. I do know that Call of Duty Treyarch did say that they have changed this where you can back out of your games once completing a challenge or things like that in the game, but I do not know if this applies to the weapons because I tried this with the Carve 2 when they specified this in their patch notes, and unfortunately I wasted a bunch of times trying to test this and everything got reset. So make sure 100% of the time, specifically for multiplayer, do not back out of your game once you complete the challenge. Even if it is fixed, even if there are people in the comments saying that it works, just to be 100% sure, I recommend for you mostly to stick through the game and just completing this challenge without backing out. But on the challenge side of things, you need to get kills on players in the game with a melee weapon that are affected by a UAV or a field mic. Now the reason I specified these is because these will be the easiest for you to get. The reason the UAV is because it doesn't require a lot of points to unlock it as a score streak in a normal game, and the field mic because, again, similar to the UAV, it is very easy to unlock in the game, and you can put it in pretty hidden spots on maps that will help you to get as many people killed as possible that are revealed. Obviously, I recommend for you to play Core and specifically Nuketown. Now, I would have recommended for you to play Face Off, which is a 3v3 game mode where you can basically hop in, smaller maps, less amount of time to complete the match, and again, it's a 3v3, so less players to worry about. But the reason I don't recommend it is because you can only really use the field mic to use to complete this challenge, whereas if you, let's say, hop into Nuketown, you can use the UAV and the field mic to complete this challenge. So when you're in Nuketown, I specifically recommend for you to place the field mics in the houses, and preferably in corners that you feel like will affect a larger radius of the middle of the map, because that will be the main concentration of each game. That's where the players will be at. That's where you're going to be getting most of your kills on Nuketown. Obviously, you can hop into the map standoff or any other playlist that you feel comfortable with, but specifically I recommend for you run around with the Wakizashi sword or any melee weapon that you think is good enough to get kills. Thankfully, you don't have to get any fast kills or anything like that, whereas in zombies you need to get fast kills because they have to be affected by Frost Blast. In multiplayer, you can just casually walk around, try to be cautious, and I guess run around with a stun grenade, flashbang, or smoke grenade, and run around with the ninja perk, which will keep you quiet. And you could also run around with the tracker perk, which will be able to help you to show where the players are in front of you, running around with the footsteps on the ground. Now you could hop into any other game mode like hardcore and try this challenge out, but of course you will die much faster in those modes, and it is far more difficult to do that. And I guess I could also mention Warzone. Now I'm not 100% sure if this challenge will be or is in Warzone, but if it will be, you are far more better off hopping into Plunder. In here, what I recommend for you to do is potentially wait for players to drop out of the plane at the very end, and then finishing them or killing them with the melee of your choice, because you do have a larger amount of melee weapons in the mode itself. You could also run around with the shield on your back because that will help you out more, and you could potentially also just run around in Plunder in general, find out where more players are at and try to kill them. But if you have Cold War, 100% go into zombies. You're far more better off. You will unlock this super fast with the method that I told you about, staying in spawn, collecting all those kills. And also, if you are watching this far and you heard everything about the zombie stuff, there's a slight potential chance that once you pack up on your weapon, level up your weapon, or get jugged, I found out that Frost Blast starts insta killing zombies for some odd reason. So that's why, again, I recommend for you to stay spawn without opening up any doors with the non-pack-a-punch version of the melee weapon and getting your kills there as fast as possible. If this video did help you out in any kind of way, I tried to make it as easy as possible for you. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like the video. So close to 16,000 subscribers, and there's still so much more content to come out in season 3 and to make videos on. So if you do enjoy Call of Duty videos, guide videos, anything like that, or even zombies content, be sure to subscribe, as I do make a bunch of those, and be sure to turn on post notifications, and also be sure to join our Discord server, which is linked down in the description. Enough self-promotion, enough of all that. Good luck with your grind for the baseball bat, or grind in general on Cold War. Hope you have fun, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.